Father's unconditional love. In the outskirts of a bustling city, there once lived a dedicated taxi driver named Mohan, whose entire universe revolved around his little daughter, Angel. Despite life often appearing tough and riddled with worries, Mohan held on to an unwavering hope that one day his daughter would grow up to live a much better life. He would tenderly tell his daughter, "Angel, now go to bed. Papa will come in a moment to tuck you in, okay?" Mohan's sacrifices for his daughter were profound. He would seldom eat a full meal himself, understanding that even an extra piece of bun was incredibly hard to earn. It had been 5 long years since a fatal disease had claimed the life of his beloved wife. Before this tragic loss, life had been good. Mohan owned his own taxi and earned enough to support his small family. However, in a desperate effort to cover the exorbitant cost of his wife's medical treatment, the kind gentleman had been forced to sell his taxi. Sadly, despite all his efforts, he couldn't save his wife. Following her passing, Mohan would often tell his daughter stories, like, "Yes, Papa, once upon a time in a kingdom far, far away there was a king." Now, Mohan drove someone else's taxi, and even after working tirelessly for many hours, he earned barely enough to sustain them. Every morning, he would prepare milk and cereal for his daughter, saying, "Here you go, Angel, milk and cereal," sometimes even declining tea for himself with, "Baby, Papa doesn't feel like drinking tea today. Come on now, finish it quickly." Each day, Mohan would lovingly drop Sarah off at her school, always reminding her, "Bye, Papa. Be a good girl, Sarah. See you after school," before embarking on his day, driving taxis exhaustively all around the city. A significant day arrived when Sarah was to start high school, and she expressed fear. Mohan, ever the supportive father, reassured her, "Don't be scared, Sarah. You are smart and brave like your mother. Remember, high school is where a child's personality gets shape. You are the dough. Choose the mold you would want to see yourself shaped into." Sarah confidently replied, "Yes, Papa." As Mohan dropped Sarah off outside her new school that day, a deep sense of pride swelled within his heart. He was incredibly proud of his daughter and knew his wife would have been too. Yet, deep down, the taxi driver also recognized that life was about to become even more challenging than ever before. Soon enough, the new challenges emerged. Sarah approached him, stating, "Papa, I need to buy these books." When asked if they were available at the school library, she replied, "No." Mohan asked for the list, and the total came to $200 cash. Mohan realized he had forgotten his wallet. He went to a pawn shop, where he was offered $75 for his watch. Desperate, he pleaded, "Please, I need $200. The pawnbroker responded, $200, you must be out of your mind. $75 it is, take it or leave it." Mohan accepted, saying, "I will take it." Then, he inquired if he could get something for a chain he possessed. The pawnbroker noted it was old but made of gold and offered $200 for both the watch and the chain. Mohan's breath hitched as he nodded, for the chain was a cherished gift from his late wife. He thanked the pawnbroker, who then informed him of a 12% interest per month as discussed and asked him to sign. With the money, Mohan returned to Sarah, presenting her with the books and saying, "Papa, my angel, here are your books." Sarah, delighted, exclaimed, "Thank you, Papa, you are the best." Days turned into weeks, and Mohan began working even longer shifts as Sarah's school expenses continued to mount. One evening, while working, he stopped to buy food. He asked, "How much is the hot dog for?" To which the vendor replied, $1.50. Mohan, starving, requested one. His phone rang, and it was Sarah, saying, "Papa, I'm very hungry, can you get me something on your way?" Mohan asked if she hadn't eaten dinner, and Sarah explained, "I didn't like it much, so I threw it in the trash and cleaned the dishes. Please, can you get me something?" Mohan immediately agreed, suggesting, "Yes, sure, how about a hot dog?" Sarah cheered, "Yum, you are the best," and asked him to wrap it up. This was just one of several nights Mohan would go to sleep with an empty stomach, but he didn't mind, for his daughter's happiness was absolutely everything to him. Meanwhile, as Mohan toiled tirelessly, Sarah began to explore a new social world around her. Her friends, Susan and Sasha, were discussing nail polish. Susan remarked, "This nail polish is so pretty, Susan, it's better than mine." Susan agreed, "I know, right, my father got it from Hong Kong limited edition." Sasha added, "Oh, I love Hong Kong, we are planning to go there during the summer holidays." They noticed Sarah was quiet and asked, "You are awfully quiet today, Sarah." Sarah replied, "I'm just listening to you guys." Susan then commented, "You know you have pretty nails, why don't you use nail polish?" Sarah hesitantly replied, I don't wear them to school, I have like a huge collection, you know you should wear them to school, you are our friend, remember?" That evening, Sarah asked Mohan, "How is my little angel papa? All my friends wear nail polish, I want to too, you know." Mohan readily offered, "Sure, I will get you one from the store." But Sarah quickly corrected him, "No, papa, not from the local store, I need the branded ones, the ones Sasha and Susan wear." Mohan hesitated, but Sarah insisted, "But Sarah, papa, please, I don't know, I want it." Mohan relented, and the next morning, he dropped her off with a cheerful, "Have a great day, my angel." At school, Sasha noticed something and asked, "Hey Sasha, check it out, oh nice color girl, hey, who is this man who drops you every day to school?" Sarah, perhaps feeling embarrassed by her father's profession in front of her new friends, responded, "Oh him, he is my taxi driver." She then quickly redirected them, "Come on guys, the bell's on. Only the people you love the most can prick your heart and well your eyes." That day, Mohan drove his taxi with an incredibly heavy heart, for all this while he had been a taxi driver for the world but a father for Sarah. That simple statement from his daughter changed everything for him. Later, Sarah subtly tried to create distance, saying, "Papa, it's okay, you can drop me here, you don't have to go all the way to the gate." Mohan, surprised, asked, Are you sure? I have always dropped you at the gate since you were little." Sarah insisted, "Please, papa." Mohan, with a sigh of understanding, replied, Of course, of course." If one could feel what Mohan felt that day, they would know what pain means. Mohan understood that his daughter was embarrassed of his profession, but as a loving father, he simply shrugged the feeling off. More days passed, and the once innocent and adorable Sarah had now grown pompous and arrogant, heavily influenced by her new social circle. She announced, "There's a school trip that everyone is going to next Friday, I want to go too." Mohan asked, "Sure, where to?" Sarah replied, "Fort Lauderdale." Mohan inquired about the cost, and Sarah stated, "What, 250 includes flight fare, stay and food?" Mohan clarified, 250, yes, is it something that you cannot skip? Sarah, dismissively, said, "Of course not. What are you talking about? Need to pay the money by day after latest." She then added, "Good night, Papa, you're the best." Mohan quietly responded, Good night." Faced with this new expense, Mohan was forced to make another agonizing decision. He looked at his wedding ring, then went to pawn it. The pawnbroker offered $200, stating, "Not a cent more." Mohan, needing more, said, "I need $300. The pawnbroker refused, "Can't do, sorry." Mohan desperately pleaded, "I beg you, take a higher interest if need be, but I want $300. The pawnbroker, seeing a desperate man, found it good for my business and agreed, having Mohan sign the papers. Mohan secured the money and gave Sarah $250 for the trip, telling her to keep this extra $50 with you, don't use it unless it is absolutely necessary. On the day of the trip, Mohan had packed Sarah's bag and made her some toast for her journey. Sarah, amused, asked, "For my journey, Papa, I am flying. You don't take food from home, the airline provides you." Mohan humbly replied, "Oh, okay, my bad. I love you, Papa. Take care of yourself, Angel, and here, keep my phone with you. I will call you when I can." Sarah, again influenced by her friends, commented, "It's an old phone, Papa. My friends will laugh at me. You know what? It's okay. I will tell them I forgot my phone at home or something." Mohan dropped his daughter at the airport, unable to express how anxious and worried he was for his little angel. He simply wished her a happy trip and left. Inside the airport, Sarah and her friends were excited. "Oh my God, we are finally going out of the city." "I know, right?" replied another. They noticed Sasha was running late but decided to get their boarding passes. Then, panic struck Sarah. She exclaimed, "What is it? I can't find my ticket. What, it was in my bag. Did I drop it somewhere?" Her friend urged, "Sarah, you can't board the flight without your ticket. Her, oh my God, search properly." Meanwhile, Mohan, having driven into the city with a heavy heart, turned towards the passenger seat and saw Sarah's flight ticket. He gasped, "Oh my God, my angel left her ticket here. Her flight leaves in an hour and I have come far away from the airport and the traffic." But Mohan, determined as always, was not going to let his daughter miss her flight. He immediately turned his taxi around and hurtled towards the airport. He drove through heavy traffic, took shortcuts, and utilized fast lanes, pushing himself to finally reach the airport. However, just as he was nearing the gate, another taxi, coming from the opposite direction, tragically collided with his. The police and a crowd quickly gathered around the accident scene. Sasha, who had finally arrived, asked, "Sasha, where were you?" "Sorry, I am late, Sarah. It's your driver. He met with an accident outside." Shocked, Sarah exclaimed, "What?" Sarah ran outside the airport, pushing her way through the gathering crowd, and saw her father inside the taxi. The windshield was shattered, and he was breathing heavily. Despite his injured state, Mohan's first words to her were, "Angel, you forgot your ticket." At that moment, tears welled up in Sarah's eyes, and her heart filled with overwhelming gratitude and love. She did what she had once done as a little girl. She hugged her father. "I am sorry, Papa. I am so sorry. I love you, Papa. I am sorry I could not be a good daughter," she sobbed. Her friend, who had heard Mohan's words, confirmed, "Your driver had your ticket." But at that crucial moment, Sarah turned to her friends, tears still in her eyes, and declared with newfound pride, "He is not my driver, he is my father, and I am proud of him." This poignant event concludes the story of a daughter and a father's unconditional love for her. The narrative emphasizes that while there are numerous tales celebrating a mother's love, a father's love is equally unconditional. It suggests that the difference often lies in expression. Not all fathers can express themselves in the same way mothers do. Therefore, as children, it is our responsibility to always understand them and to be kind and thankful to them. Analysis of unconditional paternal love and growth. The story beautifully illustrates the profound and often quietly expressed unconditional love of a father. Mohan embodies self-sacrifice and unwavering devotion, presenting a powerful example of paternal love that transcends personal discomfort and hardship. His actions consistently prioritize Sarah's well-being and happiness above his own. We see this from the very beginning when he recounts having sold his own taxi, a source of stable income, to fund his wife's medical treatment, even though it ultimately couldn't save her. This initial sacrifice sets the tone for his character, demonstrating a willingness to give everything for those he cherishes. His daily life is a testament to this, as he seldom eats a full meal and finds even an extra piece of bun difficult to earn, yet he ensures Sarah has milk and cereal and never hesitates to buy her a hot dog even when he himself is starving and will sleep with an empty stomach. His resilience is palpable. Despite the constant struggle, he never lost hope for Sarah's future. Mohan's love is also defined by his quiet strength and capacity for forgiveness and understanding. When Sarah, influenced by her peers, calls him my taxi driver rather than my father, or asks him to drop her off before the school gate to avoid embarrassment, his heart is pricked, and he feels immense pain. However, instead of reacting with anger or disappointment, he just shrugged the feeling off. This shows his profound empathy and understanding of his daughter's stage of life, where peer acceptance can seem paramount. He endures emotional pain for her sake, choosing to prioritize her comfort over his own feelings. The ultimate demonstration of his unconditional love and self-sacrifice is when he pawns his wedding ring, another deeply personal and sentimental item, a symbol of his past love, to pay for Sarah's school trip. He not only secures the $250 for the trip but insists on getting an extra $50 for her emergencies, highlighting his foresight and deep concern. His desperate drive to the airport, risking his life through traffic and ultimately getting into an accident, all to deliver her forgotten ticket, solidifies his commitment to her success and happiness, regardless of the personal cost. Even after the accident, his first concern is her ticket, not his own injuries. Sarah's journey in the story serves as a poignant portrayal of adolescence and the influence of peer pressure, leading to a profound moment of realization and gratitude. Initially, she is described as innocent and adorable. Her transformation begins as she discovers a new world around her, primarily driven by her desire to fit in with her new friends, Sasha and Susan. This leads her to demand branded nail polish, not from the local store, and to feel embarrassment about her father's profession, referring to him as my taxi driver. Her request to be dropped off away from the school gate further illustrates her growing pompous and arrogant nature, a direct result of peer influence. The narrative explicitly states, high school is where a child's personality gets shape, and Sarah's choices initially reflect a molding shaped by external validation. However, the climax of the story, the accident, acts as a powerful catalyst for her transformation. Seeing her father injured, yet still prioritizing her, sparks a sudden and deep wave of gratitude and love. Her tearful apology and declaration, "I am sorry I could not be a good daughter," reveal her remorse. Her ultimate proud proclamation, "He is not my driver, he is my father, and I am proud of him," signifies her return to understanding and valuing the true depth of his unconditional love, choosing her own mold based on genuine affection rather than superficial social acceptance. This moment highlights the core message that while fathers may express their love differently than mothers, it is equally profound and worthy of understanding and gratitude from their children.